Hi again, and welcome back to 5 Things from Google. For this episode, and maybe a few more, I'm going to change the format a little. My plan is to present you with a controversial topic of the week, and then show a snapshot of the comments which people have written about them. More often than not, it's the comments themselves that become more controversial and diversive than the topic itself. Now, as I say every episode, there's a very good chance that with these short videos, I will find and present comments which include adult themes and adult language, as I won't censor them, unless they're really offensive, in which case I probably won't even include them in the video anyway. But I advise the use of headphones at work and where such content would be frowned upon. This first episode, I thought we would take a look at a Catholic school, which erected a statue of St. Martin de Porres at the Blackfriars Priory School in Adelaide, Australia, a week or so back. Juan Martin de Porres Velázquez was born in the city of Lima in the Viceroyalty of Peru on December 9, 1579. He grew up in poverty, and when his mother could no longer support him, Martin was confined to a primary school for 2 years, and then placed with a barber and surgeon to learn the medical arts. Now, by law in Peru, descendants of Africans and Native Americans were barred from becoming full members of religious orders. The only route therefore open to Martin was to ask the Dominicans of the Holy Rosary Priory in Lima to accept him as a donado, a volunteer, who performed menial tasks in the monastery in return for the privilege of wearing the habit and living within the religious community. Martin continued to practice his old trades of barbering and healing, and was said to have performed many miraculous cures. He also took on kitchen work, laundry and cleaning. After 8 years at the Holy Rosary, the prior Juan de Lorenza decided to turn a blind eye to the law and permit Martin to take his vows as a member of the Third Order of St. Dominic. When Martin was 34, after he'd been given the religious habit of lay brother, he was assigned to the infirmary, where he was placed in charge, and he would remain there in service until his death at the age of 59. He was known for his care of his sick. His superiors saw in him the virtues necessary to exercise an unfailing patience in his difficult role. It was not long before miracles were attributed to him. Martin also cared for the sick outside his convent, often bringing them healing with only a simple glass of water. In normal times, Martin succeeded with his alms to feed 160 poor persons every day. Pope Gregory XVI beatified Martin de Porres on October 29, 1837, and nearly 125 years later, Pope John XXIII canonized him in Rome in May 1962. He's the patron saint of people of mixed race and of innkeepers, barbers, public health workers and more, and he has a feast day on November 3rd. So one might find it hard to work out why the statue of this saintly priest would cause such contention. Well, if we take a look at the statue as it's presented, you might see why. This is supposed to represent Martin the Saint offering some bread to a hungry peasant boy, but it doesn't take much imagination to look at this with a particular slant and wonder why the boy is on his knees, and also why the bread is just at the right height for it to be misinterpreted as something, let's say, a little more phallic. Now, the texts I present are from Instagram, where a user called Shit Adelaide has some very humorous pictures captured from around Adelaide, by the way. He posted a picture of the statue, and it wasn't long before the comments started flooding in. Let's start with NinkID64. I don't understand what is wrong with the statue. Ari Quite Contrary replied, "It looks like he's handing the child his penis. It's really all about perception. It took me a while to figure out the problem as well." To which NinkID64 responded, "Wow, you really have to look for that. And not only that, but if that was his genitalia, it's placed a bit high. I don't see why people get so upset over the small things." NinkID64 wasn't the only one who couldn't see the problem. Cecilia242017 wrote, "Honestly, I think people are too sensitive this day. This is why no great movies are being produced, because people has always something to ridicule. This generation is getting advanced, but it seems that we instead grown as sensitive and vulgar judging by the pictures. It does look like something else to some people, but if its intentions are right, then what's the problem with it? Clearly Cecilia needs a help with grammar." Peter_3D3 wrote, "Only people who see bad in this are people with disgusting minds." Whilst New York Quadruple One wrote, "I don't understand. It's bread. Nasty mind is a terrible thing to taste." Gaelic Wolf, "Give me a break. He's got the bread where the little boy could reach it. Maybe those of you whose brains lives in the gutter should be staying in the gutter." Others, though, pointed out the design was clearly an issue. Elisa Fabdanoli wrote, "Wow, that's just awful. No one twigged it before it got unveiled. How shocking is that?" Jess Winsor, "Was there seriously no one that looked at this before it was installed?" Octothorpemy, "No defending this. It is hilarious due to the Catholic Church's past. It's almost like the sculptor did it on purpose. I mean, come on. Why else place the bread right over the statue's crotch? Statues are meant to be idyllic. There's a million other ways to present that kid with bread." Others just thought it was hilarious. Hey Jew Destiny, "This is too funny." Jaded24, "That is epic." Anteagle80, "Oh my god, that's hilarious and disturbing, lol." Red Fox 268, "Fuck me, that is hysterical." Still, a final group decided that due to the nature of the statue, its ties to the Catholic Church, and the fact that 10 years ago 2 of the former teachers of the school had been jailed for sexually abusing boys, then it was open season on the Catholic Church. Home Depot, "At least they're being honest and open about touching kids." Real Deal OG, "Fitting for the Catholic religion, and you don't have to have a dirty, obscene mind to see what the issue is." Ick Papagiorgio, "Catholic Church, back at it again." And Diane Caney, "I loathe the Catholic Church." Whatever your take on the statue, the school was so shocked with the backlash that at the moment they have covered it up with a black sheet, which is probably even worse. Anyway, that's the end of this episode's controversy. We'll be back with another soon. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you back here.